Can you build a domino setup without using any dominoes? What's up, domino community, and I am so excited to announce the No Domino Challenge. That's right, you cannot use any domino for this project. And this is gonna be super fun because you're gonna have to figure out other things to use as a domino. So maybe it's some books, maybe it's some CDs or some boxes. Like, it could really be anything as long as it's not a domino. Oh, and stay tuned till the end for the prizes and for a reveal of our next H5 Domino Creations color. Big thanks to Mr. J01 for suggesting this challenge. I was really excited when I read it because I think it'll spark a lot of ideas on ways that you can use dominoes that aren't actually dominoes. I think it's kind of funny, like in a lot of my past videos, I kind of joke like, oh, anything's a domino. So yeah, this is gonna be a really outside of the box challenge. And as always, for those of you who participate and send in an entry, we will compile the clips together and make one big compilation video to celebrate the domino community. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, just make sure to follow these rules and guidelines. First, the most important one, you cannot use any dominoes. So if these dominoes are designed for toppling or if they're dotted game dominoes, you cannot use them. Sorry, any video that uses dominoes will unfortunately have to be disqualified. So please use something else besides a domino that can fall in a domino-like fashion. Next, you're allowed to use multiple different kinds of objects. So if you want to combine, say, some boxes with some cards, with some who knows what, you can just put them all together and make one big domino effect with it. You do not have to use multiple different kinds of objects though. If you want to use multiple of the same object, you are more than welcome to. Go for it. Use your creativity and build whatever you want. Also, the topple should resemble the standard domino effect. And what I mean by that is we should have an object that gets tipped and then that knocks over and hits something else, which then gets tipped, and so on and so forth. So we're focusing more on the pure toppling of the domino effect rather than a Rube Goldberg machine or big chain reaction. I'll be judging your entries based on a couple of criteria. So first, we have creative challenge. Basically, how interesting is your object and how unique is it in your setup? Like, if I've never seen this kind of object used as a domino, that gets a lot of bonus points. And if it's hard to set up and is typically not really domino-like, that gets even more bonus points. Try to think outside the box if you can with what objects you use and surprise us. I'm sure that'll make it a lot more interesting as well. The second criteria is topple quality. So did the chain reaction actually work? Did it topple all the way through without stopping? Was it just a line, or did it topple in more ways that made it more interesting? I think it's definitely going to be a challenge to balance the difficulty of the object with making an interesting domino topple, because the more difficult it is to set up, the more difficult it might be to make a chain reaction. So for example, if you're using something easy to set up, say wooden planks, it might get low points on the creative challenge part, but it also might get high points in the topple quality because they are easier to set up. On the flip side, if you use something like, say, I don't know, like a chess piece to topple as dominoes, that's very unconventional, I feel like. So that could potentially get higher points on that end, but maybe it would be more difficult to make an interesting setup. So it would get low points on topple quality. Those are all just theoretical examples, but ideally, if you can figure out a way to combine a unique object with an awesome topple, you're golden. Also, this must be a new video, so no reusing past videos. Please film your video in widescreen so it's horizontal. Only one entry is allowed per person, and make sure you're 13 years older or get your parents' permission to participate. The deadline to submit your entry is Saturday, May 31st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure to submit by then. And as always, have fun. I'll put an example of what an entry could look like, and feel free to record an intro if you'd like as well before you topple it. Mine's gonna go something like this. What's up, domino community? I'm Lily, and today I will be toppling DVDs for the No Domino Challenge. Y'all ready for this? Look how amazing this is. Woo! But hopefully you can make something a little more interesting. That's just an example. Now, to submit your entry, there are two steps. First, post your video on social media using the hashtag H5DominoCommunity. Now, if you upload on YouTube, just make sure to put how you want to be credited somewhere in the title. And if you post it on Instagram, just make sure your account is set to public. Otherwise, I would recommend using YouTube. And second, submit the link to your entry at hevish5.com/submissions. This is really important to submit it on my website. Otherwise, we will not receive the entry. Also, I need to put a disclaimer that we may not be able to include every single entry. Just make sure you followed all of the rules and guidelines. And if you have any questions about the challenge, make sure to drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as best that I can. Okay, moving on to the prizes. So the top 3 winners will receive one of the following prizes. Our first prize is a personalized video message. So I will take out my phone and record a super special message just for you. Our next prize is an H5 Domino Creations Disney set. Now, this includes 200 dominoes as well as a structure template and a clear field starter. We've also got these special metallic Disney dominoes, and I just gotta remind everyone, these metallic Disney dominoes are limited edition. So at some point, you will not be able to get these metallic Disney dominoes because it is no longer Disney's 100th anniversary. We do still have some left in stock though, so if you want to get these metallic dominoes, now is the time. Just go to hevish5.com/buydominoes. You can grab one of these Disney sets. And our final prize is a brand new, signed, early edition of our next H5 Domino Creations color, Lavender. I'm so excited. Like, we have a brand new set coming out in mid-August of this year, so stay tuned. And I will be announcing 3 more colors in upcoming newsletters. So if you haven't subscribed to the H5 Domino Creations newsletter yet, make sure to do that at the bottom of hevish5.com/buydominoes. These dominoes are just... Spin Master and I have been working on this for a long time, and I'm so psyched to finally be able to announce this. So one of you will be the very first to receive a Lavender H5 domino. Very exciting stuff. And as always, have fun with the challenge and good luck. I'm really excited to see what you all come up with for this no domino challenge. One more shout out to our featured community member, Jay Domino, who's been a great member of this community. Thank you for being part of it. And as always, I'm Lily Hevish, and keep on building.